What is up, everyone? So, I am going to go ahead and say I'm sorry for some technical difficulties. For some odd reason, my Spotify music did not want to work. So, Heath, thanks for setting that one up. Um, but welcome to Modeling Monday. Typically, Heath from Humanity Junction hosts this, and I know he's had a real busy weekend with Northlands and whatnot, which was awesome and exciting to be a part of. So what I decided was Rick kind of helped him out last night with Sidetrack Sunday. I'm helping him tonight with Modeling Monday. And so I've got a couple of people in the basement, but before I bring them up, I want to go ahead and say hi to everyone. So I'm going to go all the way to the back of the chat and start from there, or the most that it shows me. So we got Bang Got You, Junction, Carl Braun, Anfield Road Layout in the Loft, Pete Clark, Inked Rails, Steve Childers, who is down in the basement, Dwight Curley, Roy Eltham, Jumping Someone Else's Train, Wicked Insanity, Leamington Station, Al Marr, Bernard C., and that's it. I hope everybody can hear me well. Rail Artist is here. So if you look on the left, you got the weekly model railroad live streams. I'm going to let that play for a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and bring some folks up. And let's see. There is Steve. And we've also got Midsummer.
Hi.
Guys, how are y'all doing?
Yeah, all right.
Wonderful.
All right.
Just cutting a fine. I was having heath issues because I couldn't get anything working.
Well, my intro music didn't work. So, I mean, Heath is laying it hard on us already today.
Well, I couldn't get my sound working. I couldn't get the camera working. I'm trying to use OBS again. I don't know why, but anyway.
Well, that for some odd reason, like the last live I did with my Spotify was the last Sidetrack Sunday, and my music worked. And then it's like, hell, today I'm trying to get it to work and whatnot, and it's not wanting to work. Hey, John Arthur's here. Welcome, John. All right, so let's start with Steve. What are you working on today?
Well, I have a Proto 2000 I'm putting a E7, excuse me. Then I'm putting a decoder in, and it's DCC ready. But the problem with this thing is the light board takes up so much room that I'm just going to pull the board out and do the hard wiring instead of the DCC ready pin.
Gotcha. All right, and I'm going to try to make sure I get your name right. Greg, right?
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Sometimes I get bad with names. So what is Greg working on today?
Well, I'm trying to, and I've just realised I've left it. I'm still between my office and the train, but I'm working on my building. I found that I wasn't getting enough light, so I blackened it out and put some more lights in. So what I'm using is an Arduino and trying to get some lights in there.
Okay, awesome. And
Arduino's
today,
a four-letter word.
Yeah. And then today, I'm going to continue where I picked off or left off from last Wednesday on probably one of the worst Walters kits out there, the stockyards. These instructions, by all means, are not friendly. And it's really because there's not even instructions. It's just a diagram. But quite a few of the pieces are labeled the same number. So it makes it confusing when you're trying to find the right pieces. So, all right. So, Inked Rails says, Heath must be exhausted from doing so many laps around Northlands. I was on that live with him, just kind of running productions. And let me tell you, just me running production on that, I was exhausted. He easily did 3 laps, and each lap, he found new stuff. You know,
What is it? 4
it was
stories
pretty
tall?
intense. Do what?
Was it 4 stories tall? It looked like it was 40 feet in the air.
3 stories.
3 stories? Okay.
3 stories tall. And it wasn't like where I'm building like level upon level upon level. This was one single level that went all the way from the bottom floor all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, bridges, cliff, everything. It was insane. Shane Train is here. Welcome, Shane. And so we got Joe Rader popping in as well. So,
Well,
all right,
and I don't say good morning to everybody, so good morning.
well, good morning, Greg.
And of course, the time difference too.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
y'all had daylight savings time. Y'all got what? Y'all fell back an hour?
No, you went back, didn't you?
No, we
Just
sprang
normal-
forward.
Oh, you go forward. Well, we're still on daylight savings, so instead of 10 a.m., it's 9 a.m.
Oh, okay. Well, for us, typically right now would be 4 p.m. and I'm Central Time, so Steve's Eastern Time, so it's 5 o'clock for me, 6 o'clock for Steve.
You know, my whole life I lived in the Central Time Zone. I have never gotten used to this Eastern Time Zone.
Yeah.
I never
Time
got
zone.
used to it the few times that I've went to the Eastern Time Zone. I always hate driving east because you always lose an hour.
Well, fortunately, we're in Australia where I am, you go back, if you go back up to 3 or 4 hours, depending on the daylight saving or not. So, yeah, you get used to it.
Gotcha. All right, so I am going to try my best to decipher what in the world I'm doing here because, like I said, this is not, normally like Walders, they'll give you a diagram, but then they gives you instructions as to what pieces you need to use in order, and this does not have it. So the part I'm fixing to do now is, I guess, the gate. Now, for y'all over in chat, if I miss you, I apologize. And if you're asking a question and I don't see that question, feel free to post it 20 times until I see it. So, or Steve or Greg, eventually one of us will see it.
I don't have the chat up either.
Oh, okay.
I need a second computer, so I haven't got there yet.
All right. Looks like Marty from M&M Shortlines popped in. Welcome, Marty. All right.
Have you ever bought stuff and put it in a specific spot and then it's not there when you go to need it?
Yep, all the time.
Oh, that's a usual.
Found it.
All the time.
So John Arthur is saying, I'm going to listen while I ballast some track. Man, you should be up here with us while you ballast some track.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, hail.
Oh man, don't tell me I cut that short.
Don't
Maybe
you
I
hate
grabbed
that?
the wrong pin. Let's see, that was number 32. What number am I needing? 32. So this piece is like totally short. John, I never said nobody wanted to watch it, but you could be up here talking with us. I mean, that's
Yeah,
like
well.
people wanting to watch me screw up A Walters kit. Well, okay, I could see people wanting to watch me screw up, so that way we can all blame it on Heath.
Well, it's normally Heath.
Yeah.
Sorry, Heath.
Well, I haven't had my good run of Walters kits here recently. Between the propane tanks and this one by far is a nightmare. Like, I really don't have any other way to explain it. This one's a nightmare.
Well, I get it. I was just trying to put some light in this, and I can't get enough light. I don't know why. So I tried blacking out one section, and it's still not. And I've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra neopixels over the top, and I'm still not getting enough light from the Arduino. So I'm guessing there's something wrong with my coding. Not that I'm good at coding.
I don't like Arduinos.
Well, you see, I can't program Arduinos. I hack them. So, in other words, I don't know how to program, but I can read them and I know how to modify them. That sounds stupid, I know, but yeah.
So, Shane's Trains is asking which kit I'm working on. This is the Stockyards. And John, I ran out of saliva. I can't really do the lick and stick decals that much anymore. So, Brian, as far as the Walters kits go, I did one last week on Modeling Monday, and it was simple. It was easy, and that was the track scales. It had two different options in there, and I mean, I had it done in like 20, 30 minutes tops. But this one is horrible. The propane tanks was not a fun one either. The grain silos, the building was okay, but trying to put the silos together was not. And I'm trying to think of some of the other kits.
This is the easiest Walters kit ever. It is 1, 2, 3, 6 pieces.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. This one, not so much. All right, so I got the gate in there, and it looks like it's standing up, so I'm not going to fool with it. I'm going to leave it alone. Let it be.
I just had a Heath moment. I thought I was being smart, and I put this new NeoPixels in, and I wrapped the cable around, and of course now I can't pull the next level down because I didn't leave enough cable.
Oh, man.
I wrapped it around. No, the cable's there. I just wrapped it around trying to be neat.
Yeah, definitely blame Heath on that one.
And so I just had to cut it again. Not that the support really matters, but so I had to cut the support to get the extra length so that I can do that. Oh, that was really smart, wasn't it? Oh, well.
Well, that's a typical Heath for you.
Yep, definitely Heath.
Well, one thing I will say on his good graces is that I do appreciate him letting me partake in Northlands and to fill in for him for tonight.
Oh, look, I admire Heath because when I started looking at stuff, I saw Heath, and it's about being real, not you got to do this, and he makes a mistake and he fixes it, and he is so down to earth, and that's what I really like about Heath.
Yeah, he's a great guy and an easy person to blame things on.
He takes it really well. Yeah.
He's a good sport.
He is. He is. I can't find anything. Dear.
So I was figuring on this kit here, it's probably just best for me to start on one side and work my way over. I mean, I really don't know any other way better than to do that.
Oh. I'm finding it hard between two places. Got to move out here. I was just trying to get my cameras working, and that's been a real pain.
Now, what kind of camera are you using?
I'm using a Pro Panasonic camera. That's a 1080p. I'm not big on 4Ks because you've always got to convert them back down. So it's a H, I can't remember, something 100. So, and then the other one is a Canon ES 100D.
Okay.
That's what's on my face, and the one on the side is the Pro Panasonic, which I use quite often. Hopefully, if I can figure it out, I'm going to do a live on Saturday.
We got company, guys. John Arthur decided to pop in.
All right, John.
Hey, John.
What's up?
How goes it?
It's good. How are y'all doing?
Doing
Doing
great.
good.
Good.
Did you already
Kinda
start
new.
ballasting?
I just started.
Oh, okay. I was wondering
I'm trying
about
a new thing. I've got this paintbrush with the ends cut off. I've seen some other guys do that. So I'm going to try and see how that works. Rather than use these smaller ones, you know?
Yeah. Huh.
And Peter Lloyd Lee did that. Like, that's,
Yeah.
He has a video called Speed Ballasting, so I'll see if I can do it.
Now, do you got one of those things that you pour your ballast in and just slide it across the track and it dumps it out?
Nope, just a spoon.
Just
All
a
right.
spoon. Okay.
I've got one of those things. Yeah, they're quite good.
Oh, nice. I think the last time I was on here, I was painting this track.
One of these.
Y'all got to watch paint dry with me.
No,
Now you
not
get to
one of
watch
those.
ballast.
Yeah.
It's similar. Because I'm using Kato, I use something else that makes it a lot easier. It just fits nicely, but the problem is because of COVID, can't always get the Kato ballast because there is genuine Kato ballast.
Mm-hmm.
And here in Australia, lots of things are out of stock.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. There's been a few things I've been trying to find.
I feel like it's getting better, but
there's a huge amount of things out of stock here. You know, you look at some of the online stuff, and you know, they might have say 2,000 products, and there's about 1,500 out of stock. Oh.
I've been fortunate enough. I've been able to find everything I've been looking for.
My wife is telling me that Microsoft have got a major outage on 365 and Teams and lots of other stuff.
no.
Wow. Somebody's stuffed up big time.
That's it. I'm looking at this diagram, and they're telling me that I need piece 28. And piece 28 does not look exactly the same as piece 27, but on the diagram it does. I'm going to fold this up so y'all can see it.
Yep.
All right. So piece 27 and 28 look exactly the same on the paper, right?
Yep.
This is 28. It didn't include these two little, I don't know, things that's got holes in them. I don't know what you would call that. But I guess I found the right part. If I don't, I'll have to just take it apart and fix it later.
Well, yeah. I struggle sometimes with that too. So
I want to say I spent maybe 30, 45 minutes on my hour stream last Wednesday doing this, just backtracking.
yep. Yep, I know. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see. Wimble Train is here. Tim, CP368 Productions is here as well. Let's see if anybody else has shown up. I'm not seeing anybody. BNSF Northern Cali Trains. That is a new channel that I haven't seen in my lives. So welcome.
Nice, welcome.
Welcome to all the chaos.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more than chaos, but anyway. Be at chaos, do not go Gucci Gucci goo. For those Get Smart fans.
Man, this is so hard to interpret and read. It's just wow. That's all I can say is wow.
I had the same issue with a Metcalf, and I couldn't figure it out, and I'm still building it. I just put it aside and went, nah. Yeah, sometimes the instructions are not that clear.
Well, I can tell you as far as the bottom half that I'm kit bashing because I don't have enough room, I can determine that part easily, but it's the section up here. It's like they got pieces overlapped on each other, and then the dotted lines are crossing each other, and I'm like, come on now, this don't look right.
That doesn't sound right either.
Okay, I think I might. Okay, so 22, 24, 26. Those are the next ones I need. 22, 24, 26. There's 22, 24. I'm not seeing 26 though. And I bet you $20 I probably should have put these pieces on before I just put that last piece on.
Hey, check this one out. This is going to be a challenge at some point. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm not. I haven't even. I mean, I've been in the box, but have y'all ever done one of these?
A Campbell's
Campbell's?
kit? I have not.
No,
They don't
it's
even
been on
make
my
those
bucket.
anymore, do they?
I don't think so. I picked it up at a train show a few years ago for. It was pretty cheap, but I think it's one of those kits that'll keep me busy for a month. You know what I mean?
Yep. They were huge back in the day as far as
Yeah.
your Craftsman kits go.
But it's like it's not laser cut; it's stick built. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
looking
Oh,
forward
wow.
to trying that.
Yeah, back in the day, they didn't. There's no such thing as laser cuts.
Right. There's a guy, ASX, I think is the channel name, and that guy pretty much does nothing but Campbell scale models and fine scale miniatures and all those older, really high end Craftsman kits that are, pre laser cut. So I've been watching him do it, and I'm like, like you watch a guy do it, you're like, I think I could do that, and then of course, nothing's as easy as it looks, but I want to give it a try.
All right, so now I got to find 26. I think I might have found 26. I found 26. How about that?
Now I'm regretting the fact that I brought freight cars back out. I just wanted to run trains. So I've like repopulated my yard, and then I've decided, now I'll balance it.
I'm just going to go into the office and grab me other bits. I'll be back in a sec.
All right.
Apparently, planning ahead, not my strong suit.
Not mine either. And then that's like, my son told me he wants his own layout. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And he said, I want in scale.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
I bet
More
you.
than
oh,
fine until you said
Lord.
that.
I bet you were
was
tickled
like-
when you said it.
Well, I look at it this way. I just signed up for the Jacksonville, Arkansas train show. That's going to be in, I think it's late August. And we're going to take his layout up there.
Oh, cool.
So that is one nice thing about it. It'll be easier to move.
His layout that you haven't built yet, that layout?
We actually started the bench work today.
Oh, nice. My first layout. How old is your son?
He's 9. He'll be 10 this summer.
I was about
Okay.
10. My first layout was also N scale when I was about 10.
And we have had some very, very generous people in the YouTube community for sure. That's been really helping him out.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Hey, Shay Barker's here. We got William Bryant. Let's see, anybody else pop in that I haven't seen? Shay, you will need to contact Heath via email. I think he's got either that caboose or boxcar from Northlands you were wanting. Looking to see if I missed anybody coming in. I'm not seeing anybody. So what I was telling everybody before, this is for y'all that are coming in just a little bit later. If you got a question for any of us, you might have to ask it about 20 times until one of us recognizes it. And then, ask. We'll get it answered in one form or fashion, one way or another. All right. So it says this goes. I'm guessing like that. Holy smokes. Man, why do they got to make things so difficult?
Try working with in-scale people.
Well, I got a
Nope.
feeling I'm fixing to get there.
Yeah. It can be a little tough sometimes.
Man, I don't want to work with N scale anything.
Well, I don't have the room to do HO.
Oh, I think N scale's cool. I can't see it.
I have a hard enough time seeing this HO, so.
Yeah, well, I struggle too. I have to get my glasses out every so often.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it says these 3 pieces go together.
Sure they do.
That's what it says. It's these
Allegedly.
3 pieces. So they're it'll. And like I'm trying not to break one of them. But I need to figure out how they go together before I put them together. I guess. Because I really do not know what I'm doing here.
Join the club.
We ought to be changing places here, Jason.
Oh dear.
Why is that?
You're the pro at decoders.
Hey, I'm good with decoders.
That's what I mean.
What about N-scale decoders? Huh.
I've done
I'm
a few.
okay with N scale.
I've used
Well,
a
I
few
want to.
in small HO locos.
Yeah, but I want to convert one which is a DC that's old, but it's brand new,
Yeah.
and there's
Old new
no space.
You're doing a proto, you said earlier?
Sorry, have I got what?
You're doing a proto locomotive?
No,
I'm doing a
no.
proto. I am.
Oh, okay.
Steve is.
An E8. And they're easy.
Yeah. You put a sound.
look,
Go ahead.
HO's easy, but when you've got N-scale where you've got no room because it's not designed for it, it's really difficult. I don't know how to do it.
Makes sense. It's like getting a speaker in those proto ones. I've had where I had to just cut the frame. There's just no room.
I've got room for 2 on this.
Nice. Yeah, I guess the E
Well,
unit's a little bigger than a Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeeps are different. As a matter of fact, I got a Jeep 9 -2 that I got to put a decoder with a sound bug. That's the way Digitrax decoders say to do it. And I'm not a fan of Digitrax decoders, just that they're cheap.
Yeah, I did a TCS and a Jeep 7 speaker, keep alive, and everything, but there was no. I had to use a sugar cube speaker up in the roof of the cab, and then cut the frame to fit everything in there.
Yeah.
Mill a bunch of the frame off. It wasn't that hard once I got in there, but it just took me a while to figure out what to do. Now I got like 3 or 4 more to do.
This one's easy in that I'm taking this board. Let me reposition my camera here for a second. Taking this board out, okay, and then I add a piece of styrene in there, thin styrene,
Yeah.
where that board's at. Then the decoder fits right here, and one speaker fits right behind it. Then the other speaker, this piece, the cab, goes up here, and the other speaker sits right back behind the cab. So.
Right.
Yeah, that thing's got 3 inches on the Jeep.
Yeah.
Going in there.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, this, like I say, these E units are easy.
Yeah. I've got one where it's just all metal, and I'm going to obviously have to cut the metal or the whatever it is, the chassis out, because there's no way I can fit a decoder in.
Yeah, it can be done. They come out, at least the one I had, it came off everything else pretty easily. 1 or 2 screws and the whole frame's free. And then I just took it outside and took a hacksaw to it.
Right, okay. Well, but then you've also got to insulate the whole lot. That's the other thing too.
Oh.
The only reason why I want to keep it is because it's brand new. It's never been used, and it's part of what I want to use. So, and it has a little bit of family background to it because it's from almost where my family come from. So, yeah, I'd like to keep it, but
yeah,
I don't know. So that's why I have 1-track DC and 1-track DCC, because I've got too many DCs and they're too hard to convert.
I'm going to have one small loop in my downtown Chicago scene that'll be DC, and that's just for a streetcar.
Right. One of my mates who bought my HO when I downsized, I did a video with him, he has 2 tracks DCC and 1 track DC, so he doesn't have to stuff all his old engines that he's got as well. It's the only way to do it, I think.
I've converted all but one of my old engines, but I went on a eBay buying spree in January.
Also guilty.
Yeah, I lowballed 5 different items, all Burlington Proto 2000E units. I mean, I lowballed them. Make an offer.
Yeah.
And I only needed 2, and I ended up winning all 5.
Oh, wow.
And it all occurred on the same day, so.
Yeah.
Well,
$500 of decoders later.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one of the problems my mate's got with his double O's or HOs is that the engines draw too much current, and so, or the motors draw too much current. So that's why we've kept some of them DC, because you got to replace the motors. Otherwise, we've already blown up 2 DCC decoders. So
I guess you can't put a resistor in there.
Sorry, what was that?
I was wondering if you could.
BLI steam.
Some of them are old Ringfields, and yeah.
How much bigger than HO is OO?
Not much. It's bugger all difference. It's just
track gauge is the same. The scale.
Okay.
Scale. HO is 187th. Double O is 172nd, if I'm not mistaken.
176, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
It could be.
Yeah, there's not a lot of difference.
Yeah, the gauge of the track is the same though.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Is it intended to be like an aero gauge, or I don't know much about British rails or international European rails.
Here in Australia, when I was a kid, that was a long time ago, we only had HO. So the only train sets we were able to get were Hornbys or Triangles. And so some people have old stock from them, and it's only sort of in later years that we can get American and then Japanese ones. But so a lot of us either do Australian or English because they're more readily available.
Gotcha.
And also, my dad was English, so I have an English background.
There you go. You go back far enough, you can find it in mine too.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
wow. Well, I was born in Australia, but I'm also a British subject as well. I'm a dual citizen.
Ah. I'd like to go to Australia someday. I've never been there.
It's
I want to go to Southeast Australia. There's a cove there, Childers Cove or Childers Cove.
Yep. It's a fascinating place. Look, we went down to my mate's place, which is from where I am. I'm on the edge of Melbourne, and it's out in the country in Gippsland, which is very green. And we were driving along in the open paddocks. It was about 9 a.m. in the morning, and here are a whole herd of kangaroos just feeding near the road. Absolutely amazing.
Cool.
That's awesome.
And the other day, my wife comes from South Gippsland, and that's all farming community. And she was coming back from one of her sister's places, and they had to stop as a koala walked across the road. Now that's pretty rare, but they're sort of an endangered species, so you sort of have to stop for them. But yeah, it's an amazing place. It is very harsh. Like most of Australia's desert.
Right.
So most people live on the coast or on the coastal side. But It is different. Look, it really is a different place than you've ever been to. So yeah, but then most places are.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Okay.
Well, I said the heck about trying to put these three pieces together. It looks good with just one piece by itself. So
I'm just trying to get people to stick.
I don't know if y'all can see those or not. Get it right in front of the camera, but it's these pieces right here.
Right. Well, it looks looking pretty good.
I mean, it wanted me to glue these two pieces onto just one of them, and I'm like, I couldn't tell exactly how it would fit, and it doesn't explain it in the in the diagram. So I'm just going to roll with that.
Well, you know what? It's all about what you want anyway.
Right. I mean, as long as it looks right, I'm
That's
good
the
with
bottom
that.
line, isn't it? It's about what it looks like.
All right.
Well, Jason, I ended up going with that lighter gray mix. Remember, I was doing those tests.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the right look. I kind of waffled on that.
Was it the UP or the CSX one
The
that you went with?
CSX, which makes sense because railway modeling is now part of the CSX. So.
Right.
Yeah, I'll have a video coming out maybe tomorrow. I try to do them on Tuesdays, and I'll do some pictures side by sides and kind of what finally helped me make the decision.
Well, I will definitely be looking forward to that because this will probably be the area that I start ballasting first. Will be right here.
Is that by your stockyard?
Yeah, but that's going to be
nice.
Ballast is going to be completely last in
this
area.
Yeah, I was going to do that same thing. In fact, I might even come in here and put some dirt and weeds in here before I seal it all down. I normally wouldn't I'd do the ballast after the scenery, but
right.
The tracks are the scenery, so.
Yeah, and then you could throw some tufts in there in some of the open spots if you wanted
exactly.
to.
No, I will definitely detail as much of this as makes sense.
All right, so it says the pieces I need next. So for those that are watching, I'm gonna put the pin right here, and it says I need 13 and 15 together. So those are the ones I'm looking for.
Oh, I'm struggling. Come on. My man's not standing.
I definitely need one of those metal trays.
Yeah, well, they're worth a fortune out here.
Well, I think the verdict on this speed ballasting is it's pretty good. I'm not as fast as Peter Lloyd Lee, who's a professional, but I think he's got a pretty good method for it.
Well, I mean, if you're doing something like a yard, like what you're doing, then yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's my next task, is to start doing the yard at the end where I've added on.
Well, I found one of the two pieces I'm looking for. All right, so that one, that goes on the other side, so I don't need that one. What are these up here? Nothing I need. All right, so there's one. And who knows, this is probably another one of those wrong pieces. I have ran into one of those already.
You mean where the piece is labeled wrong on the screw?
Yeah. Well, no, on the directions.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Walters is
Look here.
notorious for that.
Check this out. Tell me this ain't confusing at all right here. How many 17s do you see?
None. I'm on a cell phone.
I see two, and they look
Right here,
different.
let me make it bigger. It's saying the ramp is 17, but it's also saying this wall is 17.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
And it
So I'm like, okay.
doesn't say what the number of the other wall is.
No, not at all.
All right. What? Oh, duh. Right,
And so it's like playing guessing games. I know I need this piece here, but which piece is it? And it said the other one I need is 13. It's definitely not 13. Because I'm finding a 13. I see a 12 that looks somewhat similar, but on the sheet, 12 shows to be something completely different. I'm thinking it might be this here number 2. Yep, I'm thinking it's number 2 on the sprue. All right, so that way y'all can see this. Oh, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But right here, it has a number 2 right above my thumb. And on the sheet, it says it's 13. Now, see, I've also found a 14 that looks similar as well, but let's see here. That might be the piece I need. Where's 14 on this thing at? This thing is so confusing. I know I need that piece. I found a 12. Where's 12 at on here? Where's that 12 at? All right, I'm thinking 12 is it. I'm rolling with it.
It should only fit one way, right? Like in theory.
Yeah, you think. Dwayne's Fork and Spoon is here, and Mr. Trouble himself finally showed up.
Who's that? Heath?
Yep, that's Heath. We got Almar, and we've also got Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt.
Hey, guys.
All right.
I love the way Anthony got that red clay look. Y'all have that down in where you are, Jason? That red clay?
Yes.
Have you seen that work he did on that?
Yes, I did. I was
Pretty
highly
cool.
impressed. I even told him, I said, man, that looks like Arkansas clay too.
Yeah, we get that in not far from where I am. Just going south in Virginia from here.
I lived in Oklahoma for
South and
10
west.
years. It's the definition of red clay.
Yeah, you're right. You go west of OKC for sure.
Yep. 35 is kind of the dividing line.
But where I live, if you dig and like maybe a couple of feet down in the ground, you
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah, we're more orange here in Richmond. This color
But
I'm
you're-
using right here, tan.
You're on the rice field side of the state, aren't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not far from it. I'm actually the foothills. So if you look at the highway map for the state of Arkansas, you've got from Little Rock to the southwest, you've got I-30, and then from Little Rock up to the northeast, you have U.S. Highway 67,
Right.
and that's kind of like your corridor. If you're southeast of that corridor, then it's all farmland, Delta. If you go northwest of that corridor, then that's where the hills are.
Yeah.
And so I'm literally right off of that 167.
I've been to where you live, going up to Greer's Ferry Lake. Aunt and uncle
Yeah.
lived.
Yep. Greer's Ferry is a hot spot for sure. Really good trout fishing.
Walleye fishing too. Trout fishing below the dam because they got the hatchery right there.
Yeah.
They got a big walleye tournament right about now.
I'm not sure who it is that's talking. That to me it sounds like just the audio is slowed way down. It sounds like Jabba the Hutt's out here with us.
Mine?
I'm not sure who it is. It's you. Who was that?
That was me. Steve.
Uh-huh. It must just be my feed.
I guarantee it's my Surface Pro.
Well, you sound fine to me.
Yeah, me too.
Your audio's good.
Okay.
Yep, just me then. Do I sound all right to y'all?
You're breaking up sometimes, but to me,
Heath asked Pete if he's ever had a Heath bar. That sounds like Uncle Pervy trying to pick up kids.
Dear.
Watch out, Pete. Watch him.
Yeah.
And actually, a Heath bar is nothing more than English toffee.
Well, I'm starting to make some progress. About got one pin completed.
Well, I've got some people in there, and they're stuck, and they're standing.
Absolutely younger, Steve. Heath bars are great ground up into a blizzard.
John 2618. I don't think I've said hi to you yet. Welcome.
Yeah,
Well, hey, one of the other Johns here.
Yeah. So John
So-
Arthur's not the only one.
I'm just reading what Heath said. Heath, tell me, did you just use your phone when you streamed, or did you actually have something else plugged into it when you streamed from Northlands?
So when Heath was at Northlands, I think he used his phone.
Yeah, because I've got there's a big opening on Saturday of a new model shop, and I'm going to take my video along and video it. But I was thinking maybe I should live stream it, but I'm not sure how well that's going to work.
Yeah.
I haven't done it mobile before.
So Dwayne, I take it you used to be stationed at the Little Rock Air Force Base as well? Brian, if you will send me an email, I will scan this in and let you decipher these Walther's instructions for yourself.
Into a battery pack. It worked. Okay.
All right, says I need parts 11 and 10 now.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Steve.
Oh, found 11.
Really well with Jason holding on the floor. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get that on my phone.
Jason, when you get to ballast, the Arizona
Yes.
rock and mineral is actual rock, I believe, and does
Okay.
not float. The Woodland Scenic stuff is, I think, ground up coconut or something. Ground up
Oh,
something
walnut
that
shells.
floats.
Yeah,
This is
ground up
not
walnut
floating. It's a lot easier.
Oh, Heath, I was thinking of plugging in my pro camera through, a capture device into my phone. But maybe I should just use my phone.
John, I will definitely keep that in mind.
I think
I
the
had a
colors
bright-
are better too. But
I had
a
a
lot
bright
easier to apply
idea to use a turkey baster ballasting.
Ha! Hey, that's cool.
Well, it's hard to control.
Yeah.
I went
Yeah.
back to the eyedropper.
Steve, I could see you using that.
Yeah, that will go, hey, this would be great. Au contraire.
Sometimes the best ideas do not always come to fruition.
So
No, they don't.
looks good on paper.
Okay. This is definitely part of the Walters kit they got right. I will give them that. But I might be speaking too soon, too. So, Dwayne, I live right outside of Jacksonville. The C-130s fly over my house 24/7. I'm just to the north of Jacksonville.
I didn't know there was a Jacksonville, Arkansas. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Oh.
It is just northeast of Little Rock. So, ironically, the Air Force Base that's there is called the Little Rock Air Force Base, and it's not in Little Rock.
Okay.
It's actually on the wrong side of the river.
That's just to trick the guys into thinking they're getting stationed in a city or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it won't be too bad, even though it is Arkansas, since it'll be in Little Rock. Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, I mean, Heber Springs, that's which is where Greer's Ferry Lake is. That's a hot spot for sure.
It's a great vacation area. You know, my aunt and uncle bought into Fairfield Bay back in the 60s.
That's a hot spot now.
Yeah, well, and they got some great golf courses.
Yeah.
We'll play golf during the day, and then my uncle and I take my kids fishing in the evenings.
So, speaking of right now, Steve, I didn't even hear a single word you said because the C-130 just flew over the house.
It's like my daughter's house in Clarksville, Tennessee. There'll be times you can't hear anything because of the helicopters from the 101st.
Yeah. But see, by the time they get over my house, they're coming back on their descent. All they do is fly in circles all day, 24/7. And my house, or I guess my neighborhood's kind of like in the return path to the runway.
Uh-huh.
So as they're flying over, sometimes you actually watch them drop the landing gear out.
That's awesome. I grew up, my grandfather's house when I was a kid was on the approach to Langley Air Force Base in Hampton. And I grew up watching all the jets fly over. He's the same guy who had the train. So he had the jets and the trains. It was a little boy's dream over there.
That's cool.
He had as many, maybe more airplane models. He was a very good airplane modeler, super realistic. And he was actually an aeronautical engineer, which is pretty cool. So he knew a lot about the aircraft and was a model railroader also. That's where all this came from. But yeah, watching the F-15s, and every once in a while you'd see like a C-5, which looked like a shopping mall flying over the house.
They are huge.
Yeah.
All right, so there's 29. So what part is this I'm looking for? 31. I'm looking for part 31. I think I found them. Looks right. So I can only assume it's right.
All right. Well, that's about 9 foot of ballast in with a little base scenery in between the tracks in less than an hour. I guess that's all right.
That ain't bad at all. I know it'll look a lot better once it dries.
Oh yeah. Right now it looks like a white soupy mess. That's what it's supposed to look like right now.
Now, if you start talking about soup, then Heath is going to start asking questions. If soup is considered or if cereal is considered a cold soup.
Cereal, a cold soup. No.
Next question would be why not? It's like the
Where
date
is he
about hot.
tonight anyway? Is he around?
Yeah, he's in chat. Yep. See,
Okay.
he's already asked it right here. Hold on. Oh, it jumped on me. There it goes.
Yeah.
Is cereal considered a cold soup?
Get some more cars out of the way.
We got barn full of trains here, and I'm sure I haven't been keeping my eye on the chat, so I'm sure I've missed a lot of people. All right, looks like part 29 is what I'm looking for now. I think I might have found it, and I did find it. Boots 121, welcome. If I haven't said hi to you already, I don't think I have. Yeah, I thought that was a little taller. Put that down a little.
Time to bring out the big guns, the glasses. Can't see. What is going on with that camera?
Feels like that's not all the way down.
Oh. Okay.
Well, congratulations to me. I finally got one pin done. Finally.
Do all the rest of them go together the same way?
Well, I'm only doing 2 because I'm having to kit bash it down.
Gotcha.
Because I only have so much width. I'm probably going to make the next fence that goes along the back end of the runway out of toothpicks and probably sewing thread to kind of simulate like
Barbed
barbed wire.
Nice.
All right, Heath, take care, buddy. And no
Bye, Heath.
problem. I don't mind holding the fort down. Hey, Randall Ellison's here. Welcome, Randall. And
Hey,
Andy Ambrose is here too.
Well, hello, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
So, Steve, have you burned yourself yet?
Not yet. Today.
Oh, well, then you're slacking.
I know.
So I've got a Proto 2000 E8. E8 9
Oh, yeah?
I've been debating on if I wanted to put sound in it or not.
Oh, yeah. Put sound in it.
I was thinking about possibly selling it.
What is it, Southern Pacific Cotton Belt?
It's SP Daylight.
Yeah. I want to find a Pensy shell. Proto 2000 E8 shell.
Yeah.
Because I've got all these extra Burlington ones, and but I could use a Pensy to make a Broadway Limited train. They went into Union Station in Chicago too.
Well, what I'm really wanting to get my hands on is a MTH Alco PA A and B set. Because I've already got one of the A's. And I'd like another A and another B to go with it. Because I've got a really long passenger set. I showed them off, on Ray's Sidetrack Sunday a few weeks ago when we were talking about passenger cars.
Right.
After Heath finally let me have power again because he killed my power. And
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yes.
but I've got one, and it's these have smoke units in them. So I was thinking having one is pretty cool, but that one cannot pull the full passenger consist all the way up the helix. It stalls out.
Uh-huh. And it's what brand?
MTH. It's die-cast. It is heavy.
It's heavy, and it still won't make it up, huh?
Still will not make it up.
How many cars?
13, 15, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And they're heavyweights too.
Yeah. Oh, okay. My passenger trains I limit to 7, 8 cars, and these photos will pull them up my 2.5% grades, no problem. Curved grades, no problem.
Your passenger sets are those Atherns, though, right?
You betcha.
Yeah, this one here, it's the Walder's Classic Heavyweights.
I've got
so
some of those.
They're a little heavier.
Yeah, because they're longer.
Yeah.
They're 85 foot, and the Atherns are 72 foot. Or they may be, Atherns may be 83 feet. I'm not sure. But they're bigger, and they won't run on my layout. They won't run on my layouts.
Yeah, they're a lot more finicky. I'll put it that way. That's for sure.
Yeah. I've got 2, and they're gorgeous. They're lighted. All right. They just will not make it around.
I've got 2 that I put the light kits in, but I'm not a fan of the light kits that come with them. So, hey, Martin. Martin Searsma is here.
Hey, Martin.
Don't buy anything with Protosound 3. Well, I think the one I've got might have Protosound 3. And King Fox Junction's here too. Welcome. But I've only got 2 locomotives that are MTH. And, I mean, for the most part, they're nice.
You're not the first person. I don't have any, so I really don't know. But you're not the first person that I've heard say that they're not good pullers.
I mean, they're great when it comes to just like, general pulling. But once it'll pull more than a proto wheel because I've got a proto.
Okay.
I mean, they're heavy. But I've got too much passenger train for that one. That's my problem.
Well, you probably need the con system anyway.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Jason, I'm going to have to jump off and head down for dinner, but just kind of showing what I did.
Oh, yeah, man. That looks amazing.
Looks really
already.
good.
Yeah,
It's going to be
fun.
fun. It's going to be fun when you do that double crossover right there.
Fantastic.
Just right there underneath the ring light.
Yep.
Good times. Well, hey, thanks for having me on. Good luck, guys, with the rest of your projects. Have a great rest of the night. See y'all.
Yeah, thanks for popping on.
Well, God dang it.
Oh, that sounded like a Heath moment right there.
It is. Damn you, Heath. Black wire for the motor I wired into the black wire for the pickup, so we gotta change that. Picked up the wrong... No, I didn't. I'm good.
Were you freaking out for no reason?
I was. I should have power to this baby.
All right, for those who are watching, I've got to make this over here on this side now. And oh Lord, we got John TSG in the house. How's it going, John?
Good morning, people.
Hey, John.
How you guys doing?
No Tom Jones.
Having fun?
I have some exciting news.
Oh, good.
Well, bring it on.
Yeah, let me find the link real quick, and I'll tell you what it is. Because I know Heath sends out this link every Monday, or a link every Monday, and you're supposed to have a project that you're working on, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the project that I'm working on is actually 2 things: 2 Kato P42s, N scale, and I put,
Nice.
right. I put in some Digitrax sound decoders, DCC decoders, a while back, probably 3 years ago, and I've never really been completely happy with the Digitrax decoders. So I have a product from Soundtrax that's called their KN1 that I got from them recently. It's an N-scale drop-in decoder it'll fit these locomotives, and it comes with a speaker and everything that you need to do the install for one of these locomotives. And for the other locomotive, I'm going to use something called, this is why I had to look it up, the WVD ESU Lokesound 5 Micro Next 18 adapter. And what this is a little, if I can share my screen, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on 1 second. I'll keep this brief because I didn't want to jump in on your guys' thing here, but I thought it was.
No, you're fine. I am a Soundtracks guy, so I love Soundtracks.
Okay. Well, the thing I'm going to show you eventually will be able to be used with Soundtracks because Soundtracks is going to come out with the Next 18 decoder for N scale in the somewhat near future. But let me show you this if I can find it. Okay, why isn't it? I knew it was going to do this to me.
Because it's Heath's fault. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blame it on Heath.
It is. It's always Heath's fault. What are we thinking? Of course.
Well, mine's been playing up, and I've just lost the camera. So hey.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and I'll just copy this, and I'll open it up in a different window so that I can actually share it. But you guys are going to like this. Anybody who does N scale is going to like this.
Yes, that's me.
All right, so here we go. Let's try this again. Share screen. Okay. Application window. Here it is. Share. Okay, so when you see that pop up there, bring that up. Okay. This is what I was talking about. You guys heard you guys heard of Decoder Buddy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Buddy. Yeah, Decoder Buddy is something that Nick Santo invented for HO scale, which allows you to do all your for some reason it has, can you see my cursor? I don't know why this.
No.
Oh, well, it's covering part of this diagram, unfortunately, a little piece of stupid graphics. But what I was going to say is this is like the Decoder Buddy only for N scale. So you wire up all your stuff into your locomotive, and then you put it on the pads on this board, and then you plug your Next 18 decoder onto the board, and it's much easier than having to hardwire all the little leads off of a decoder. So,
Wow,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'll be using that for one of the installs, and I'll be using the Soundtrack KN1 for the other. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I wanted to share it. So
yeah,
That's
great.
yeah. So
Being in scale, hey, I love it.
yeah, should be fun. I'm kind of looking forward to getting my hands on the soldering iron again and doing some of this stuff, because I remember when I first started soldering and doing DCC installs, 3 years ago or whenever it was, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There's nothing quite like the
joy.
excitement of putting the.
I'm having that kind of fun right now.
I could see that. Look at this. There's nothing quite like going through all the process, and then you put your model on the track and it works.
And it works.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't.
Or it doesn't.
Well, that's why I said there's nothing like the excitement of before I said it. Yeah, when it doesn't work, you'd rather forget those times.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's all I really had for you. I don't have any.
When you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
Oh, I was going to say I don't really have anything else. I just wanted to pop in and tell you guys about that, because I'm kind of excited about I'm excited about both of those things. The decoder that Soundtracks finally came out with, and also that little board that I just told you about. I think it's a cool development for N scalers.
It is, because a lot of times, I've got this one, and while it's DCC, while it's DCC, it's no sound. There's not even really much space to put sound in it.
Yeah.
So, John, which speaker did Soundtracks give you? Is it the Mini Cube 2?
Hang on, let me grab it real quick and I'll show you. It comes with it. Hang on, I got it right over here on the other side of my studio here. Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Tsunami 2 KN1 sound decoder. Okay, I don't see Mini Cube 3 speaker.
Oh, the new one.
If you look at it,
That's because
if
he's
you look
special.
at it, you can see it comes with a whole bunch of different baffles. So you can pick, and I think that these are they're not modular. They're different sizes. Do you see how they're? I don't know. It's hard to really see this. I can't show it on my computer. See how they're different heights?
Let me make you bigger, John. There we
go. Do you see how those are different heights?
Oh yeah.
So I guess the idea then is it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different baffles that it comes with, and then you pick whichever one fits your project. And then there's the speaker, right? And
Right.
and then the decoder is just a simple drop-in decoder, which I think is really cool. This has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So that's all I have for you. I just wanted to pop in and say hi.
Hi.
So,
Right.
we assume you'll be having a video on that, John?
Yeah, I'm going to make a video on both of these. I'm going to do the install for the Tsunami one probably first. And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this. If you need to order anything from Soundtracks, they have a code that they gave me for free shipping. That's TSG free.
Is
So,
that in
nice.
addition to the 15%?
no, they changed it from 15% to just free shipping.
Okay.
So if you have a small order, it's probably a better deal. If you have a huge order, maybe not so much. But if you have a small order, it'll save you $7 or $8.
Hey, every little bit helps, you know.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's all. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me
Appreciate
on.
you sharing that with us. I really do.
Certainly,
Yeah, thank you.
anytime.
Especially me being in scale. Thank you.
You got it, man. Anything to help. See ya.
All right,
Sure.
take care. Well, that's some awesome news.
It is. It's great.
Oh man, putting that. There we go. Oh, I think I got it.
You got it?
I think that gate went on better than the other one did.
Sometimes that happens, you know. One's really a pain and the next one's just a breeze.
Yeah.
Or the other way around. The first one goes on and you go, yep, great. The last one is just horrible.
So, Steve, how much progress have you made on that locomotive?
A lot. Except I just did the wrong wire. I was ready to test it. And instead of taking the gray to the motor, I took the white because I'm colorblind.
Wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah.
So, what is this piece? I got a piece here that looks like stairs, number 20.
Yeah, there's little stairs that goes on the dock
Okay.
and just down to the ground. That's what the one was like, and I think they're modeled after each other to a certain degree. I think Walter's is bigger.
Well, how cool considering the fact that they didn't even list that in the diagram.
Oh, bugger. I broke one of my blades and now I've got no blade.
A picture, so that does help. All right.
I actually thought I had made the last solder joint, and then I found out I was wrong.
Wrong.
Well, Steve, you should have known better.
Yeah, blaming Heath.
Blame Heath.
Yeah. The perfect person to blame.
We actually have our first train show coming up on the 4th of April.
All right.
I've got one near me Saturday.
Oh, aren't you lucky?
Yeah.
Well, we missed out on our biggest one, which should have been 2 weeks ago. but we've got one coming up. And then, as I said earlier, on Saturday, this coming Saturday, we have an opening of a new store. Well, that sounds funny. When you don't have many stores in Melbourne of 4 million people, you have about 4 or 5. A new store is a big thing.
Of course.
See, we've only got 2 in the area here. I think the next closest store is like a 3 hours drive away, besides the 2 that I normally go to.
Well, see, most of ours are at least half an hour, 45 minutes drive. So to have another store open close, to have another store opening close is a big thing, particularly for an end scaler, because they're out of the half a dozen stores, not many of them have decent end scale. One has very little at all, or 2 actually have very little at all. So it's very hard to get end scale anything.
Well, I know. So the 2 that are in my area, one is loaded in O.
Yeah.
I mean, and it doesn't matter if it's 2 rail or 3 rail. He's got more O than all the other scales.
Right.
I mean, he is loaded for O scale, and I guess that's typically what he modeled when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And then the other one, he's got some end scale stuff, but not as much as his HO. Like he's got a bigger HO collection.
Yep. Well, the only one there's a really, if you want to be as a decent amount of stock, there is really only one that has a reasonable amount of stock in the whole of Melbourne. And they have a very big range of Kato, or should I say Cardo. Not a lot of the English stuff. It's more of the American style Kato. And it's about half the shop is double O and half the shop is N, which is really good. And the rest of them, you got to struggle to find N scale. So another one opening makes, hopefully it'll be good.
Well, my son, he's decided he wanted his own layout, and we're going to do N scale.
Right.
I'm like, okay. But the one thing I do like about it is the way I'm building the bench work. I have put rotating casters on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So that way he can roll it up under his bed.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then I'm going to have to figure out how to maybe put some legs on it if we go to like a train show and show it off or something.
Well,
which I
you can always
just get a folding table.
Legs.
Do what?
Folding legs.
Table.
Well, see, if I do a folding table, then you still got the wheels are going to roll on the table. So I got to find a way to get the wheels off of whatever surface.
The folding legs for table.
Do what?
You can carry. Install the folding legs to the bottom of the. To the bottom of it. Damn it! I forgot.
Yeah, I could do that.
That's what I did to my son. He was little. I've got a 15-foot enclosed cargo trailer. Told my son he could have it, and as a side benefit, his old train set's in there. He says, "No, Dad, I don't need the trailer." He just never got into trains. Son-in-law likes train.
Well, I'm the only one, besides my son in my family, that does it.
Well, I've only got a daughter.
I think every kid I knew has had a train set. Then slot cars.
But see, you would think, with my grandfather, he retired from the railroad. He would do it, but he has no interest in it. And I think it's probably because of the bad taste in his mouth there at the end.
Yeah.
Because he retired in 96, which was when the UP bought out the SP. And I'm thinking he was probably forced out.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's probably right.
Alright. Everything but the second speaker, so let's give it a try. If I did my wiring right. Alright. Orange and gray to the motor. Yep. Okay, that should all be right. Alexa. Already on, okay.
Risden and Rome Railroad is here, so welcome. If I haven't said hi to you. Oh, I wish I could open a hobby shop too.
Yeah, it'd be good.
That might be something I try to do when I retire. Which, if I keep my tail put, I can retire in 19 years, 18 years.
Well,
so, which would put me at the age of 54.
I'm just in no man's land.
So, Brian, I think that's your name, Inked Rails. I think it's Brian. Sometimes I'm bad with names, so I apologize if I got it wrong. The only gates I'm gluing is this one and this one. The rest of them I'm leaving alone. And the reason I had to glue this one is I think I cut the thing a little too short. And there's really no way to hold this one in either. So, but the rest of them I'm going to leave swinging. Like these over here, for example. I got it right. I am 2 for 2 today.
Yes, you are doing well, better than I can. But I've got an excuse, though, you see.
Now, if you start asking me about the Johns and which number's who, then I give up.
Oh, no, I can't work out the Johns either. There's too many.
Exactly. Way too many. All right, let's see. What I need next is going to be looking for the piece to go on the top. There it is. I knew I'd find it eventually.
Here I am trying to test this engine out, and there we go. Okay, I was on a programming track instead of
So, what sound card did you put in it?
It is a Digitrax 16-bit SDXH166.
I have never used Digitrack sound decoders.
I got started on them on my old stuff because that's what the hobby shop put in when I was
Yeah.
first trying to learn how to do it. And so I have some soundtracks as well, Econo, whatever it's called. I want to put a Tsunami 2 in one of these E-units.
Tsunami 2 is definitely worth it if you program it right.
Well, I am not that far into stereotypical stuff, but this thing's running. Everything's working right, so I just got to change a CV to get the Mars light to work.
Well, I don't have
Like-
any sound.
And then I got to put the second speaker in, so. But I'll turn it.
And see, when I use multiple speakers, I always put mine in a series.
Yes. I will too. And it's just a matter, and I haven't mounted the thing yet. There's no use mounting until.
George from Soundtracks actually ended up putting 4 Minikube speakers in one locomotive.
Jeez.
Wow.
And he had to do it in what's called series parallel.
Yes, because of the ohmage of the speakers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
He did that. Maybe I think it was this past year he did it, and it sounds amazing. Like the rumble.
The only question I would have is why? Why so much?
Well, I can tell you from experience, like when you use like the Minikubes, which are really small speakers.
Yeah, I got one right here.
If you got only one in there, the sound's not real rich. But
Right.
as soon as you add that second one, it's just like you get a lot more oomph behind it.
Yeah, there's a George knows a guy who's he's a sound engineer, acoustics engineer,
Mm-hmm.
that has his own company, and I've got the link for it. That he's put a couple of his speakers in because it gets so much more bass out of them. And I know Chris Palmeras uses this guy too. Yeah, these Digitrax speakers that come with their sound decoders are crap. That's why I always throw in a mini sugar cube speaker with it.
Yeah. I think Sugar Cube, that's what Loke Sound calls theirs. But I mean, it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
One brand uses this, one brand uses that.
Yeah.
Truth be known, they all probably come from the same manufacturers or group
More
of
than likely.
Oh, yeah. But I've only got one locomotive with ESU Loc Sound. And
Do you have their programmer?
no, I do not.
Okay.
But I'm honestly thinking about yanking that decoder out and putting a Tsunami 2 in it.
Yeah. The only thing I have against Loc Sounds are the got to have their proprietary programming. JMRI won't work.
I mean, the part that kills me is like on the sound and the way it came factory from Scale Trains is the prime mover sounds great. But as soon as you blow the horn, it's like, I don't know, it's real weak.
Like, ew.
It's like,
Yeah,
you
some
know,
of them
I mean,
are like that, yes.
and it's like, okay, the horn you should be able to hear from miles away,
Yep.
not the prime mover.
Right. Most people have their prime mover set too high anyway.
Well, this is how they come factory. Because I even did a factory reset on it.
Yeah, but they still set too high.
I guess.
When you look at the scale size of a layout, and if you equated that distance, you wouldn't be able to, from one side of my room to the other, you wouldn't be able to hear a horn in real life.
Yeah.
Okay, where did I put my damn double-sided tape? Heath!
Oh man, did I cut a piece off I wasn't supposed to? Man, I'm thinking I just had a Heath moment.
Uh-oh.
Let me see if I can find this piece. Maybe I can still glue it on and be okay.
Oh, I got my second barge today.
Second barge?
Yeah, for my harbor scene.
Yeah.
Well, you never see just one barge on the Mississippi or the Arkansas River or Illinois River. There's always groups of barges.
I'll tell you, on the Arkansas, I've seen one tug push up to 8.
Oh, yeah.
8, 9 at a time.
Oh, yeah. That's my point. You get on the Mississippi and they're pushing plenty of them.
Yeah. Yep, I found the piece. I did cut it off.
Oh,
Yep, that was a
yes.
Heath moment.
well, my
Yeah.
Heath moment besides the OBS was breaking my last scalpel blade.
Well, I'm going to see if I can glue this sucker on.
Oh, Jason, I'm going to be ordering that corn backdrop probably in a week or two.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Have you emailed him?
No, not yet.
William, that's his name, but he goes by Train Junkie. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I saw his store on eBay. So I was going to call him or to shoot him an email.
I didn't even know he had a store on eBay.
Yep.
I'm real excited to see the roads. I meant to grab my bandsaw because I'm going to use this masonite for, I guess, like I don't know what you would call it, but I'm just going to glue it to the plywood.
Uh-huh.
I guess to kind of raise my roads up a little higher, which will bring it up a little closer to the height of the track. And then use this the road system that he has, and it's just peel and
Yes.
stick.
Right.
Oh yeah.
All right, John, Schuylkill River Valley. I think that's John
Hey,
number 2.
John.
Hey, John.
Is here.
I'm surprised with the time of year.
All right, now I can continue. Try to continue. If I stop messing up, Heath is being a bad influence on me right now.
And he's not even here.
No,
He was here earlier.
just his presence.
I'm telling you, bad influence. So, for those who do not know, Tom's Trains and Things is not going live tonight.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I didn't know if everybody in the chat knew that or not. So
John says hi.
that means we can go as long as we like.
I finally got my some of my comments coming up. So
That's good.
yeah, but one of my cameras just died. That's what I was having problems with earlier, getting OBS to recognize the other camera.
If I could get this thing to line up. I got one piece in there that's not wanting to line up. I think I got it. And of course, I broke the post again.
With that.
I know it. I know it. I would really like to get this thing done tonight. Stay.
You know
So
what?
what,
When you get to end scale, you go, if I don't get it right, you come back and finish it off, because you just can't always get it right. It's so tiny sometimes.
So what happened to get Aaron wanting his own layout?
Okay, so I don't know if y'all watched when Roy Smith did Sparky 107-107's challenge, which was the
Yeah.
Caboose challenge, right?
Right?
Yep.
And Roy's running a train that had nothing behind it. And he said, Sparky, I
remember
don't
that.
have any cabooses. But he mentioned that he wanted one on that siding or, that 1
Over
yard
by-
track in his Evanston.
Yeah, the old roundhouse.
So I messaged him and I told him, I said, I think I've got one up at the hobby shop. Well, it ended up being the wrong type.
Uh,
So I got on eBay and I found the right one.
cool.
It's barely off. The one in Evans 4, it's a Centralia type caboose. The one I found was a C3. So the only difference between the 3 and the 4 is some interior stuff, which you're not really going to see with N-scale.
Huh.
So I found it, I put a bid on it, and I won it. The problem was it came with a whole bunch of other N-scale stuff. It was a lot, but I got it for a real good price. the caboose and 9 cars for less than $100.
Oh wow!
Oh wow, yeah.
So, and now the caboose was damaged. It had a few pieces broken off of it, but he said all the pieces were there, which he was right. So I did glue it back together, and so I sent that off to Roy, and then I sold 2 of the tank cars to a local guy, and then Roy Eltham, who's in the chat, is actually going to be trading with Aaron on some of the other cars, and Aaron kept 3 of them. Once he saw the in-scale stuff, I guess in my hands, he was like, "Dad, I'd like to have a layout like that."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, if that's what you want."
Oh,
Nice.
Aaron really enjoys running the trains. He's not a big fan of working on the layout.
Right.
But
And-
I don't know many kids that are.
Yeah, and especially when you're putting together a layout like this, like you're doing, because he's not going to have the ability to do it the way you need it done. I don't think.
Well, he helps me do the tortoise switches and stuff because I'll have him up under, or I'll get up under the layout.
And he can hold the
Yeah.
throw.
Well, no, he looks up there, and as I'm holding the tortoise switch up to the layout, trying to get the perfect spot,
Uh-huh.
I'll, move it manually with my hands, and he'll say, "Okay, it's all the way this way," or "It's all the way that way."
Okay.
So he does that for me.
And that helps a lot.
Oh, it does. When you got a second pair of eyes,
Uh-huh. Or hands.
yeah, it's
Well,
totally
yeah.
worth it.
My mate, there's the same thing when I go up there every week or every fortnight. Goes, second pair of hands, second pair of eyes makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he's been a help, to the layout. Just sometimes he's just not a fan of it, especially if I have to yank him off the video games.
Yeah.
But anytime you yank any kid off of a video game, they're
Yeah.
not going to be a
Happy.
fan.
Nope. All right, so these couplers boxes on this E7 is a lot different than the E8s.
Really?
Yes. It's got the old horn and hook coupler I got to change out with some KDs.
Brian, are you talking about the road system thing that I got from Train Junkies? I think I got them here somewhere. Is that what you're asking? Oh, here they are. I'm just going to kind of bend the corner of one side back. Are you talking about these? Awesome, Roy. So Roy got the road system as well, and he got it in scale. And yes, I will tell you, they look more impressive in person than they do over a camera.
That's my road system. You see?
Okay. Is that okay? That looks like the bottom of it. Is it like
Yeah, the bottom of it, it's moving vehicles.
Oh, cool.
The vehicles are in the other office, but it's a Tommy Tech N scale. And what happens is, I don't know whether you can see it, but there's a little wire. It's like the Fella, but it's a little bit cheaper. And Fella can actually run on it. I the problem is that this, like, hang on, let me take that apart. I've got 2 there, right? 4 of those is about 30 Australian dollars. However, right at the moment, it might be $30, but it's about $60 to get it here. For whatever reason, postage has gone through the roof.
Yeah.
So I've come to a grinding halt. But I've got a loop up one end, and I've got the straight down to the, not quite to the other end, and a loop or a curve, and I'm coming up on the top layer, but I can't get any more at the moment. So it's come to a grinding halt. But you can put stops on it. They can pull over to the side, just like a fella. But
Just
as
like
I said,
Anthony Dodges.
yeah. Well, when I started using it, it was really cheap, and it was a more viable option than fella. But right at the moment, it's not. None of them are.
So the vehicles on your layout is operating.
Yes.
Yeah, they move.
That is cool.
Well, yeah. I guess being an IT gadget guy, that's what I really wanted. And that's why my layout has taken so long to get right, because every time I bought a new piece, I'd have to change it to fit the bus system.
Yeah.
And so
See,
now,
so like with my layout, there's not a lot of roads.
right,
I mean, there's, a few railroad crossings, but there's like no roads that are going parallel with the tracks.
right.
Yeah, all mine are stubbed out, going off scene type situation.
That's
Until
how
I get
mine is.
Until I get
Well,
to downtown Chicago.
I've got mine running along the main straight so that I can, it pulls up into the state or comes past the station. And look, for me, it's about adding just that little bit extra. And yeah, I guess because it's so small, it's a bit more movement. And I'm trying to get I've got a cop car on order that I've had for ages, but I'll have a murder scene because Midsummer is about having a murder. So there's several things that I've included in the layout that match. So there's like a church, and there's the murder scene, but I can't get cop cars at the moment. I can only get the real old ones, and I want something sort of 90s, 70s, 80s era. I've got some on order, but yeah. So the idea is that the bus moves around, and yeah, it just adds that little bit extra. Just my thing.
Well, the road stuff that I've got, all it is peel and stick.
Yeah.
But he makes backdrops.
Right.
So it's like the roads are realistic, but he's only got it in pavement, and you can choose between grassy shoulders or the gutters.
Yeah. I've used some peel and sticks, and yes, then they're okay. But I guess at that stage I was still playing with stuff, so not sure. But the other thing I'm going to try is I saw it on the Hornby one where they used the fella. And what they did was they stuck the wire down to something like 3-ply, not 3-ply, like balsa wood. And then what they did was they actually filled it with just plaster, so that the little wire that they run along was even with and looked like a road surface. And I went, oh wow, I'd never seen that before. So I'm actually going to try it. Whether it works or not is another thing.
Right. That's not a bad price, Roy. He got 8 feet by 2 feet of the N scale roads for $75. Now, were those which ones did you get? Did you get the grass shoulders or did you get the gutters?
Why you had it against control? Right.
I hear something moving.
Yeah, I did something
Yep.
too.
It's my E7. I'll put the other speaker in tomorrow, but I went ahead and put the shell on it and mounted the stuff up.
Gotcha. Hmm. Maybe they're supposed to come on the inside.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Something didn't
Switch
sound
phone.
good.
No, it was fine. I caught it about 2 inches short of ramming into the rear of a train.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Better than falling off the layout.
yeah, definitely.
I'm the king of that, aren't I?
Well,
Well,
we've all had our share, I think.
You notice I do have clear plastic right here too.
Oh, right. No, I didn't. I can't see that, but yeah.
Yeah, and another one will go here, even though it's 2 inches uphill. And another piece will go over here, and then this whole side, which is where the other E unit took the nosedive, it now has acrylic.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that.
I don't think my JMRI will fire up with the computer right now. I need to program that Mars light.
it's like the bottom piece here is just a little too long.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's like causing it to lean out. It's not as
Sometimes
bad
I
as
wonder why I do this.
it was.
That was dumb.
Right. Hey, Steve 87th is here. So Roy got both types of roads. And then George, White Wall Wheels, One Hardcore MOH is here as well. Heath is taking the night off. I think Heath is literally taking the whole weekend off because of him doing Northlands. So, Tim, talking about saw, is there any specific type you're looking for, or what?
Oh. I'm losing the plot here, but anyway.
Maybe that will hold. I'm gonna roll with that, anyways.
I just got I haven't set it up yet, but I just got a modeling bench saw. And it's variable speed.
He's talking about a cordless circular saw.
Ah, right. Is that what he's talking about? I wasn't sure what he was talking about. I missed that. So mine's like a a big bench saw on a smaller scale, and
Yeah.
you can also run it has a drill on the side. Actually, I'll get it out in a second. Has a drill on the side as well, and yeah, I haven't quite. I only just got it, but I haven't quite set it up yet. Hang on, I'll get it out. But being variable speed makes it quite useful.
I've got a table saw, which sometimes I'll use it to rip boards because it is much cheaper buying a 2x4 and ripping them into 1x4s than buying two 1x4s. And then I've got a sliding miter saw. And then, of course, I have a circular saw as well. And I bought this jig. It's made by Craig. And you attach your circular saw to it, and then you can slide it along the side of the plywood, and it measures up to 24 inches.
Oh, wow.
And you can make some perfectly straight cuts with it.
So, hang on, I'll turn it around. There's the saw there.
Okay, it's like a little table saw, like a mini
It
table
is
saw.
a miniature one. It's for modeling.
That's cool.
Right? Also comes with, so that's got a chuck in it. And then on this side, you can also put a chuck on because you get another chuck with it. Right? So you either put that on there or you can put a polishing wheel or a grinding wheel on it.
Oh, that's nice.
But the beauty of this is the variable speed. It makes a huge difference.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah, I'll have to look and get one of those.
Because
and guys, then, I'm gonna step away real quick. My dogs are raising 9 kinds of you know what, so I'm gonna see what they're barking at. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys.
That's all right.
I don't know what they were barking at, but they were barking at something. Knowing them, they probably saw a squirrel in the yard.
Oh, squirrel. Yeah.
Anybody need a DCC ready light board for a Proto 2000E unit?
Not tie.
That'll go in the scrap bin. I thought when I saw that this thing was DCC ready, because I didn't know it was when I won it on eBay, and
Yeah.
oh man, that's gonna be easy. Well, the problem is these E units have Mars lights, and these boards don't work well with decoders and Mars lights. So
Yeah, my
just-
Alco, my PA was the same way.
so I just decided to pull it out and rewire. So
That's really all you can do.
like I say, these are easy to do. What it took me an hour.
Well, I've got a Jeep 38-2 that I need to do one, and I'm going to have to modify the chassis.
Yeah, I gotta find the box. Where'd it go? I lost it. I swear I had it out.
Steve, no, I haven't. It's actually sitting right over there. I got a mosquito over here on my microphone, too.
No.
You know,
Oh,
it's
there.
warmed up when the mosquitoes have come out.
So I
Yeah,
got-
you're about to warm up and we're about to go cooler.
I got this one to do yet, Jason.
Ooh, that's nice.
Right. Oh, that's nice.
And I've got the decoders for it and the sound bug or whatever the hell Digitrack calls them. So that'll be the next loco project. And then, hey, I only have 3 more.
That's all?
I think. I don't know. I got another drawer full of boxes too.
I mean, I can send you some of mine. You can work on them.
No, I got enough to last me the year.
I mean, I got plenty.
I need a bigger roundhouse now.
I mean, yeah, definitely at the rate you're going.
Like I said, I had no intentions of buying all those E units.
The fun part is waiting till the glue dries.
Right. Yep, it's like watching grass grow, isn't it?
Yeah. This stuff here is pretty quick. But
That's
if
what
you
I'm-
got like a really, really bad bend, sometimes it's not as quick. And I got a piece here that's going to be fun to try to clip out. I'll go with that right there. Oh yeah, that'll work a whole lot better.
At least
Did
yours is a
your
bit bigger.
your pins come with any cows?
No.
Mine came with cows and pigs.
Well, what brand did you buy?
Lifelike.
Yeah.
I got so many cows, it ain't even funny.
But you got what? One pin?
Oh, I got three. Two of them at the stockyards, and then one will be, well, that's it in pieces back under here. But there's two over in the stockyards.
Now I've got cows.
My pins came with 6 piggies that I'll paint a pinkish color. 6.
I think I've got 3 different types of cows. I've got Angus, Hereford, and another one.
Mine
I
are
can't
all
remember.
Herefords. I got another.
Jason, Ink Rails is saying, please watch my next video if there's an issue. Oh, you've got it. Cool.
I got 3 more packs of cows.
So, Brian, this is the stuff I use, and I have been sold on it. It's a Plastistruct plastic weld. And I mean, you can put it on there once you get your 2 pieces together, blow on it a little bit, and then it's hardened up.
So I use the Plastruct Bondine styrene
Yeah.
ABS.
I'm just using Tamar cement, but it seems to work for me.
I use Tamiya too, not that one. I use the one with the green lid.
Right.
The one I don't use, this stuff I hate.
Oh, the yellow one. Yeah, I don't use the yellow one.
The green one is the one I like.
Right.
I got a bottle lid at my other workbench.
But
See, I've never seen that one you've got, Jason.
yeah, it's just standard MEK.
Actually, the other day everybody was talking about frog tape. We've never had frog tape. And the next day I went into our local hardware store. The latest product is frog tape. We finally got it.
I've never heard of it until recently.
Yeah, well, I hadn't seen it either. And somebody on a stream was talking about frog tape, and I went, never heard of it. And yeah, how embarrassing it was actually sitting in the hardware store. But it is a new product, so. I went, oh, okay, cool.
Hey, Drew Dudes Model Trains is here. Welcome, Drew.
Hey, Drew.
Howdy ho.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so that's going to sit in here. It's supposed to sit in there. There it goes. So this is going to be a fun part considering the fact that I broke this post right here.
When have you seen a Calipin that doesn't have broken boards? You just have yours pre-weathered.
Yeah. You know, I went and got some paints the other day. They're all acrylics from Walmart because I was looking at painting the scale house that I built last week.
Uh-huh.
And Of course, Walmart doesn't have any oil-based paints. But I did find raw umber, which is a color I've been looking for so that way I could use it for weathering.
Yeah.
Right.
I haven't found it either.
Right there. I couldn't believe it. I was like, they got, well, it's burnt umber, but it's, very similar.
Hey,
Yeah.
close enough.
Yeah.
Raw umber's just a little oranger.
Is it?
Yeah, they're both of them are good. Like raw umber is more like it's new rust, and burnt umber is more like it's old rust.
Yes.
Gosh.
Yes. Yeah. I actually use that as my base for my ground.
Yeah. All my brown that you see is from a gallon paint of Valspar from Lowe's.
Yeah.
But that's like my base. I got it from some local hardware shop over by the hobby shop, which he keeps us on hand because Craig constantly buys the mess out of it. But it makes a great base coat.
Base. You bet. You bet.
Yeah.
So that's what I use. Well, I think I got her built.
Well, aren't you good? I'm losing the plot, but that's all right. I wish I hadn't have done this. Well, I've got to hide the cables. That's always the problem when you light something inside. So I do try and have something inside me building sometimes, but every time I do it, I go, why?
So where are you at now, Randall?
All right. Well, here is the finished product.
All right. Now, are you going to do anything for dirt inside there?
Yeah, eventually. I'll probably use this. This is for my base paint, and I'll probably use that to start off. Get a base color in there, and then I don't know exactly what I plan on using as far as dirt goes, but I know it's supposed to be kind of muddy.
Yeah, we have down here. We have real fine sand.
Yeah.
And so I used real fine sand, and then took some of my brown paint and added a little black to it to darken it up a little bit more, and made almost like a wash, and then just dyed that sand with it.
Oh wow!
After it was put down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh.
We got Rob Wright and Southwest Modeler here. So welcome, guys. And I'm gonna go back and look and see if anybody else has popped in recently, and I'm not seeing anybody. But it sounds like Aaron just got back from his Taekwondo class. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. This is perfect timing because I literally just finished. So, especially after struggling last Wednesday. So, y'all have anything to share before we pop off?
Not really.
No, I'm good.
I
Thank you for
think
having
Steve's
me.
going to have another contest at 500 subs, so we need to try to help him get there.
Yep.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
You said
I got
500, right?
Yeah, I got some E units I need to give away.
Well, hey, change it from 500 to 200, and that'll happen faster.
No. The 100 was said as a joke. I didn't think I'd ever get to 100.
Hey, I don't think I'll ever get to 100, but that's all right.
Well, where are you at right now, Greg?
I've got to admit, the last time I looked was about a day or so ago, about 24.
Oh, well, everybody in this chat, if y'all are not subbed to Midsummer Railway, and is it just Midsummer Railway, or is it like in scale after it, or?
Yeah, in scale after it, yeah.
But Midsummer,
Okay.
it's with
Railway
the O guys.
scale.
With the O, not a U.
Okay. John, if you were still John Schuylkill River Valley, can you post links to Greg's channel in the chat, please, so everyone can go check him out? We definitely need to get you up higher than 24 for sure.
Yeah, thank you. But I need to do some more videos, but it's just one of those things. With chronic fatigue, sometimes it's just really difficult. But, yeah. Although I must admit, some of my numbers of my views are going up quite high, which is really good. So
That's good.
Yeah.
Greg, I was at 14 subs for close to 6 months.
Yeah, well, it must be about that now. But as I said, it's just getting my chronic fatigue. Sometimes I can't do the video editing.
Yeah.
So I've got a few in the can, but I just can't quite get them out, if you know what I mean. But yeah. But I'd get there. I'll get there. I'm not particularly worried, but yeah, it'd be nice to have a few more subs.
Well, we're definitely going to try to help you with that for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, John. I see John's just posted it. So, well, I'm going to try and do a live on Saturday. So hopefully that'll work. If not, I'll pre-record it and put it up. But hopefully I can do it live on Saturday at the opening of this new model shop. So they've got a layout inside, so that's will be good. They're trying to finish it off now. So
right. Okay. Now,
cool.
Guys, when y'all get ready to subscribe to these channels, you have to make sure you do some type of interaction with them. You know, make sure you at least watch a video, comment, like, because if you just go to his channel and subscribe and you don't do anything with it, YouTube will kick it off.
yeah.
So just, want to make sure we get that out there. But yeah, I would really like to try to get you up to 50 at least minimum.
Oh,
so
that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, get you going.
Well, yeah. Look, now I've got I'm setting up to get video from the train where the train is. It'll be a little easier to do some of the videos as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if I can do a live stream Saturday from the train show.
So that'd be good. Hey, we've been so short of train shows. I've enjoyed seeing Tom at his one, and Heath's at Northlands was great. It was great to see a train show.
Yeah, I wished when I went to the Northwest Arkansas one that I could do a live stream. Once I walked in the building, it was just like the signal just dead. It was dead.
Yeah, some places are like that.
Well, and it was at a county fairgrounds, which was out of the town. And then you get into a metal building. It just doesn't help. Metal roof, metal walls. It just it died.
Yeah.
So,
I could tease you about Arkansas. I'm surprised they have internet.
I know, right? So, other than that, Steve, congratulations on your 100, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
It's great.
I just wanted to poke some fun with you in there. With the
congratulations to Rick Bailey.
I'm telling you. I mean, he's the only one that popped in on it. So
he's the only person that entered the contest.
That's right. And then, speaking of contest, I've got my 6 up. So if you haven't got in on it, check it out. I've got a prize in OHONN. So one lucky winner. soon.
Probably get an email from you later this week saying, "Is it too late to enter?"
I'll
Now
make
that you've
sure I put
watched
that
the video,
in the
right?
comments for you.
Thanks, Ron. I just see Ron saying on board. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign on
Yep.
off.
Well,
So I appreciate y'all in and helping me with this for today, and everybody else out there. Y'all be safe out there and happy railroading.
you did a good job, Jason. Thank you for filling in
Yep.
for.
Thanks for filling in, Jason.
Yep.
Thank
Night,
y'all. I
everybody.
appreciate it.
Good night, everyone.